My Adventures of Superman, Season 2, Episode 10. Wow, that was such an amazing ending. Everything I was watching literally came to a huge conclusion, which actually feels fulfilling. Even before I even get into this episode, I want to say that I do recommend My Adventures of Superman in general, and even that this second season is absolute peak. Not even just that, I think My Adventures in general is got to be the adaptation of Superman that you have to see. Now, to get into it, we get to see that both Superman and Kara are heavily bruised up. And this is where they throw us in with a crazy loop that all of our old time friends come to the rescue. I'm talking Livewire, Flame, the other villains, which I'm sorry, I did forget their names. It's been quite a minute. We also get a reappearance of Still, who first appeared in this season, and it was awesome. He was in the costume, he had his giant hammer, and I was just like so happy. Even Amanda Waller joins this whole entire thing, which she wasn't really a part of the group in a way, but it was nice to see her do this. Lex kind of runs off, and then we get to see Lewis's dad makes an appearance. They have a little confrontation and they're working together. It was just really sweet. It's stuff like this that kind of signs it on, hey, maybe this was supposed to be the original finale of the entire series, which I'm thankful that James Gunn has came in and basically said, hey, this is a great show. I want to see it extended. And I gotta give a shout out to Josie Campbell and her incredible writing. This series just really shows that she can make incredible stuff. And that's not even just the comic book spinoff that she had earlier on. That was also a really hot series. I can't think of the name of it, but dude, is she just incredible. Okay, I just looked it up. It's called I Heart Skull Crushers, which was really awesome at that moment. Now, to get back to it, we get to see all these characters we've met along the way, whether they're enemies or so on. They're all working together with Kara and Clark, and we get to see them fend off these robots and basically lead them all the way to Brainiac's ship. Which a sweet moment is whenever all these characters surround Clark and Kara. This is where Clark greets them as Kara's friends, and it was just so sweet. Or about skipping around there. Finally, we are at Brainiac's ship, and things get heavily shifted. Brainiac gets angry, and he overrides Kara's mind, basically doing that brainwash process. During that, we get to see Brainiac finally confess to Kal-El, Superman, Clark, that he killed Krypton. He starts crying, he's holding Kara, and you just feel so bad. You can sort of feel that pain. And Brainiac finally has Kara wake back up, fully brainwashed. And now there's this whole thing where he has to pick to save Earth or save his own cousin. It sort of just turns into this battle where Clark is just helpless. He's continuously getting beat by his cousin as he tries to stop her. Eventually, we get to where everything is pretty much resolved. You get Jimmy, you get Lewis, and even Clark himself. He wants to bring her back home. They begin to hug her. They get to tell her she's worth more. Inside of her own head, Kara's, Brainiac is telling her she's nothing. She is weak. And finally, she wakes up. She stops it all. Once she finally wakes up, both Superman and Kara work together as a force to fend off Brainiac. They like shove him all the way into outer space and eventually get near to the sun. This point, it's the final stand of Brainiac. He's gonna do whatever it takes to defeat the pair. He ends up taking in the kryptonite, which is essentially him self-defeating himself. And he ends up trying to blast the pair, and Kara's the one that gets hit with the fodder. He begins to float all the way down towards the sun, and Clark begins to save her. And this is when they notice, by the way, this is canonically a Superman thing slash Supergirl and so on, just Kryptonian in general, that they actually hail from the sun. Which this is the reason why Kara ends up surviving this Kryptonian blast. This is what sets us up for the big final punch to kind of cap everything off for the season. Both Clark and Kara, superpowered by the sun, they have like this golden glow. They join hands together and they go up for their last big punch. Midway through, we get to see Kara is now got her Supergirl suit, which was really epic and very cinematic. The music makes it even better, and we get to see him make impact with Brainiac's ship. This wasn't technically the end. Brainiac goes into another last minute move. He has a like Krypton blade, and he tries to go towards one of them. this is when Kara takes her chance. Supergirl dives at him, still with her sun powers. She ends up coming up top, and she defeats Brainiac once and for all, and takes what is either his head or his core with her. But now we get to the ending. Kara passes up, and she ends up waking up at Ma and Pa's house. And now she is finally a part of the family, and it was just a go happy moment. Of course, for the side plot that was kind of being let up, Lois Lane finally gives her decision on the fact if she wants to do this reporting job in Gotham, which Clark at first comes to her after answering her call, meeting at the spot. Then he's looked at a house already and is willing to do the travel. But Lois is like, nah, I love you, Clark. I already didn't want to do that job. I want to be the one at the planet. And I'm just like, oh man, it's a really great season. And even after the fact, this entire adventure this season is told almost like it's in the past, which makes it more fun. With all that, I rate My Adventures with Superman Season 2 as well as this episode a 9.6. I've said it over and over, I keep using the same words, but there is nothing enough I can say about this series. You gotta check it out. This is really something that is groundbreaking, and that's just something we gotta look at. It is perfect. This is superheroes, but somehow it's one of the greatest cartoons slash fusions of anime as on there's like a story that is ongoing that you can follow. Just everything about that is what this modern day world needs more of. On top of that, you have incredible show writing by the one and only Josie Campbell, and she has certainly made this into something special. And like I said, I'm happy James Gunn has gotten it continued, and I'm excited to get into season 3. I said it last episode, and I'll say it again. I'll be back with the one and only Cameron Funny Clips. We're gonna get on it. We're gonna be talking about the new season. But yeah, you gotta check this series out. I want to know what you guys' thoughts are on My Adventures with Superman Season 2, Episode 10, as well as the entirety of the second season. Hope you guys stay safe. Until next time, peace out, guys.